What is up, guys? Are you ready? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to whoever's watching this, and whenever you're watching this. My name is Maharjani, and let me take you on a ride. Well, this ain't those other presentations that you just saw. Well, this isn't even a presentation. This right here is going to be a story. So sit tight, grab a bite, and let me take you on this journey. Well, this is me and my dad. I know, right? We look to do. We're always having each other's back, getting back on track. So my dad had to fly to Kolkata for some reason, maybe work or to meet some of his old friends. Well, I'd never been to Kolkata ever before. It's like all the way on the opposite side of India. Maybe I thought if I request him, maybe he'll let me join him. Well, I shoot my shot, and after a tiny bit of convincing, he gave in just because of the fact that it was a short trip, barely 2 days. A quick geography lesson. I live in Ahmedabad, which is on the west coast, while Kolkata is all the way on the east coast. It's like some 3,000 kilometers, which is around 1,800 miles from my American friends. Well, as excited as anyone would be, I was super thrilled to go visit a new culture and to be in a new place. Well, as soon as I landed and turned off airplane mode, this is what I saw. 43 degrees. Mind you, this is 43 degrees Celsius. That is like 109 degrees Fahrenheit. Can you even believe it? Well, this wasn't even proper summer there yet, so this was pre-summer times. Literally, everybody there I saw had umbrellas, and it was that hot. Going without an umbrella was literally impossible, even when there was shade on the footpath. It was some of the more rarer times where I've seen people use an umbrella for the heat and not for the rain. Thank goodness we were saved. We had an AC, a good AC in the room, or else we wouldn't have literally survived. After unpacking at the room and resting for a while, it was dawn when we started to explore what Kolkata had for us. We were just about to cross a block, and this is what I see. The entire side of the building was covered by ACs. Mind you, this was a residential building, not even an industrial one. And that got me thinking of how bad those ACs really are to the environment. I mean, we do need to do something quick because those ACs create a positive feedback loop. The more ACs mean the more global warming happens. And the more global warming happens means that we need more ACs. And this continues on and on. And we did just that. We looked into it, we did a deeper dive. And as my mom would always say, whenever you see something wrong, do a root cause analysis. And so that's what we did. And it turns out that the problem is the AC unit, right? Well, kinda. You're kind of right, you're on the right track, and you're very close to it. The main problem is this. Not the guy, but the green little tanker he has with him. Well, you might ask, what's so wrong with it? What's really in that tank? It's filled with hydrofluorocarbons and chlorofluorocarbons. For all of you all who don't know that, in short, they're called HFCs and CFCs. While they might look like normal organic molecules, it's totally the opposite. HFCs, which are thankfully less dangerous than CFCs, have a GWP of 14,000. That means that a single molecule is 14,000 times more deadlier than a single molecule of carbon dioxide when it comes to global warming. The main issue here is that ACs, when not properly disposed or not taken care of, can leak HFCs and CFCs into the environment. And this is how it happens. The light from the sun breaks down the chlorine from the molecule, and then the chlorine free radical attacks the ozone molecule, which is O3. Then the O3 breaks down into O2 and other byproducts. And so these HFCs and CFCs are literally eating away our ozone layer and destroying that. And this is happening every single day. There's no stopping to it because this happens over and over again. Remember how dangerous these HFCs and CFCs really are. And that's what we want to change. The coolant, the HFCs and CFCs, we don't want them, and we don't want them anymore. We want to revolutionize the way we cool things now. Or so we thought. Well, we first started out by finding a better coolant, maybe something that we could use, another sort of coolant. Well, we did find a couple promising options like R454B, which looks quite promising, but it's a blend of HFCs, hydrofluorocarbons. And so we come back to the same problem. Objectively, it's better in the sense that it's only 466 times as deadly as a CO2 molecule. But we needed something better, something that we could do a moonshot, right? This is a 10x idea, not a 10% thing. TLDR, finding a new coolant just wasn't the right idea. And so what's the next best thing? How about we simply change the way we use coolants altogether? So what do? Kicking out HFCs and CFCs for something more solid, right? We need something more, a solid coolant, something of that sort, right? Literally speaking, something more solid. And then we stumble onto solid coolants. Solid coolants, they might sound super interesting. What are they, you might ask? Well, let me give you an example of a solid coolant. Take a small rubber band, put it on your lips, and stretch it really, really fast. What do you feel? You feel warm on your lip. How about you release it really, really fast? You feel a cold sensation on your lip, and that really is a solid coolant. Using the potential energy stored in the material and using that as a coolant and a way to exchange heat, that effect is known as the elastocaloric effect. And so we created an AC based on this elastocaloric effect of materials, introducing ElastoAC, which is a climate-friendly AC that lowers greenhouse emissions, which together cools down you and the earth. This is how our product looks like. That black thing right there, it's a full-fledged AC, and look at how small it is compared to a bottle. Let me tell you guys how we did it. Let me spill some beans. Our design mainly relies on nickel titanium wires while transforming from one state to another and vice versa. This transformation allows them to become hot and cold. On both ends of the nickel titanium wire that you see, we have two screws there to hold that in place and for it to experience rotational motion from one side and to be fixed from the other side. When this rotational motion happens, the wires are then coiled together and this is what causes it to heat up. While the part which isn't coiled up is the part which becomes a lot more cooler. Using our designs and placement of these wires and screws, we managed to create a cold zone, which is the phase of uncoiling, always in the center, and the hot zones are on either sides of the screw. And this is what we call a permanent cold zone, which you can see in the figure. Using our designs, we can produce a temperature difference of more than 11 degrees, which is considered really good, considering we're only using 6 nickel titanium wires, and a coefficient of performance, or COP, of 3.7, which is considered to be a really good value. The amazing part here is that there are no liquids, there are no CFCs or HFCs being used to pump or to transfer heat. Instead, we are using the air that is being pumped over the permanent cold zone and doing that and radiating that throughout the AC to then create cool air. And this unit is just one unit. You can stack these units up, maybe 6 to 12 units on top, and create an AC out of it, which can amplify your existing performance. Yes, you heard it. Using this, we can decrease 200 billion with a B, kgs of CO2 from 2 billion ACs worldwide and prevent the use of HFCs and CFCs. Now, this is a 10x moonshot idea, right? The only problem here is the money. Nickel titanium wires aren't cheap today, but they will be in the future. It's because the global market for nickel titanium devices is anticipated to reach 38.6 billion by 2031, and this grows that we can definitely make the cost a lot lower than what it is today. By a lot, I mean a lot. We know that we aren't going to target the B2C segment just as we launch. Instead, we plan to play the B2B game for around 3 years or so until we build trust in the industry and prove ourselves to our B2B clients, which would mainly include steel manufacturers and other manufacturing facilities who really want our product. And all that we need from you is your support. Because what they say, the future is experienced by everybody, but only created by a few. Support us so that all of us can experience that future tomorrow. Thank you. Mahajani signing off.